What's going on, guys? Here from Student Football Athlete. I have a question for you. How is it that players like Leo Messi, like Cristiano Ronaldo can play so intensely at the highest level of football every other day? The answer, they recover fast, very fast, and it's no coincidence that they do. There are specific actions that they take to speed up their recoveries. And in this video, I want to discover exactly what they do and how you can do it too. I think recovery doesn't get the recognition that it deserves. We are always focusing on the training aspect of our game. We are always focusing on how to be stronger, how to be faster, how to run longer in games. But we forget that if we train too hard, it takes a toll on our body. And if we don't take care of our bodies, we wouldn't be able to train as hard and as effectively and as intensely as we could. And if you think about it, you only train for so long and you only play for so long. The majority of your day is spent off the pitch, and what you do off the pitch has a direct correlation, has a direct impact on what you do on the pitch. So I think it is definitely very beneficial to place more focus on our recoveries. The first thing you need to do to speed up your recoveries, it is very intuitive and it sounds very simple, but here it goes. Stop any intense physical activities. I told you it is very obvious, but it makes sense, because if you want your body to recover fast, to recover better, to have a chance to heal itself, the least you can do is to not create any further damage to your body. That said, you shouldn't ditch all physical activities, but we will touch on that later. The second things you can do to speed up your recovery is to eat well and eat more. After intense physical activities, your body are beaten up and it needs energy and it needs fuel. Think of your body like a car. If you drive for long distances, surely it will run out of gas, and after a certain amount of distance, you will need to refuel. For that same reason, I believe that after every physical activities, you should replenish your body with the fuels that it prefers. Increase the amount of calories that you consume, eat more complex carb, more fat, and most importantly, in my opinion, more protein. Protein is broken down into amino acid when enter your body, and the main function of amino acid is to replenish and repair the muscle tissues of your bodies. So basically, if you eat more protein, your body will have more building blocks to repair your damaged muscle tissues and possibly even grow it. But you shouldn't eat too much protein without eating any fiber. Trust me, you wouldn't want that. So increase your fiber intake too. The third thing that you can do to speed up your recovery is to sleep more, to get more quality sleep. Think of eating is the collecting of the building blocks that your body needs to repair itself, and sleeping is when the actual work is being done. When you sleep, your body releases hormones, chemicals to repair your body that it wouldn't otherwise. The more quality sleep you get, the more time your body has to repair itself, the faster you will recover. So how do you get quality sleep? Here's are the few things that I recommend you try. First, sleep earlier. If you sleep earlier and the time you wake up is still the same, you essentially have that much more time to sleep and that much more time to recover. Secondly, before you sleep, reduce blue light exposure. If you are on your phone, you can easily do it by turning on night shift, turning off your TV, turning off your computer, get into a dark room. Thirdly, consume less caffeine. If you have ever consumed caffeine and you're anything like me, you know that caffeine is pretty amazing. It gives you an instant energy boost and it helps you focus better for a short period of time. But on the flip side, it affects how easily you can fall asleep. Next, don't do any physical activity close to bedtime, because it gets your heart rate up and it gets your body temperature up. And when you sleep, your body naturally decreases your heart rate and your temperature. So if you exercise too close to bedtime, it will actually counteract what your body try to do, and it is going to be that much harder for you to fall asleep. And don't drink too much water before bedtime, or else you will wake up at the middle of the day to take a piss. Those are the 3 basic things you can do to speed up your recovery, and doing those 3 things alone in most situations is good enough. But if you play regularly and you play at a high level where little things matter and you constantly want to have an edge on your opponent, here's some actions that you can take to speed up your recoveries a little bit more. First, right after you finish doing an intense physical activity, you can immediately submerge yourself in cold water. Some studies have shown that this helps with reducing inflammation in your muscles, and for some people it helps relieve the pain and it makes the DOMS, the delay onset muscle soreness, less worse, less suck. So I would say that is something you should try. Secondly, you can try foam rolling or massaging. This increases your blood flow in that area, in that muscles, and blood brings nutrition. So if your muscles have more blood flow, it will have more nutrition and it will speed up your recovery that much faster. And speaking of blood flow, another thing you can do to increase your blood flow is to do some form of active resting. What is active resting? It is resting but not inactively. You choose some form of light, low intensity physical activities like going for a walk or juggling the ball very lightly, going moderate pace cycling, and going for very light, very easy football training. Just go kick the ball around, nothing too serious, nothing that will put your body on further stress. Usually when you do active resting, the intensity level is like 50 or 60% of what you can do, so it is very light. It is very light, it is very moderate, nothing too intense. Also, doing active resting, say going for a walk, will keep your mind off of football. And I know that football is a priority for you, but always thinking of football is not a very healthy thing. It is very stressful and it can demotivate you. Even people who plays football professionally, they play for a living, knows that if they are always focusing on football like 100% of the time, like non-stop, if they're always thinking about football, it will put their mental health in a very bad state. Realize that even though football is a very high priority of yours, you have different things going on in your life. So it is actually very healthy and it is very advisable for you to keep your mind off of football from time to time, because your mind is a muscle too, and it needs resting as much as your muscle do. So doing active resting, like say go for a walk, will give you the chance to do so. Also, going out for a walk put you in a calm state, and being in the calm state is something that you can do to speed up your recovery. Why? Because when you are stressed out, when you are anxious, your body naturally produces a hormone called cortisol, and if your cortisol level is high, it will signal your body that there's something to worry about, that it needs to be alert, and it won't be bothered with recovering, with repairing itself. That is why you feel so anxious and feel so stressed out all the time if your cortisol level is high. So if you want to speed up your recovery, do things that will put you in a calm and a happy state, like, as I said, like going for a walk or meditating, doing some breath work, going out with your friends, but don't drink anything because alcohol is bad for you. Play video games helps. Watch movies helps. Like spending time with your pet, spending time with your family. Do things that nurture your mental health. And that is what I want to leave you guys with. Hopefully you've learned something new, understand the importance of recovery, and understand how to recover faster. If this video helps you in any shape or form, make sure to leave it a like and comment down below. It helps the channel out a lot. And if you want more videos that will help you improve as an all-round football athlete, subscribe, and I will talk to you in the next one. See ya.